Tonight on EA Sports, it's Super Bowl Sunday.
Talk, all the hype, but the past is prologue as this Super Bowl is underway. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of this Super Bowl will begin at the 25. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. You look at this Super Bowl, the second appearance for this head coach. The first one did not go as planned, as we all know. But what do you think he's learned from that first go-around?
He learned how much it hurts to lose, and that's what you hear from coaches so often. They don't remember the wins as much as they remember the losses. You can talk about the media, the scrutiny, the hoopla, but once you've had to shake a head coach's hand and jog off the field and know you have to face the media, face your fans, face your home life, knowing that you've lost the Super Bowl, that hurts big time, and you're going to do everything possible to try and prevent that from happening again.
He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Kenny Clark drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Henry. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that. And Washington has taken a first quarter lead. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. From the gun, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. 1st down and more for Jackson. And finally taken down at the 34.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Play action. Now Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he's able to get it back.
And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Off play action. Whitaker sliding out of the pocket. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Washington with a football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back to throw again. He finds his man complete. It's Burns. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. Forced out to his left. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Operating from the gun, Whitaker. Looking sideline, incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on the receiver. And it results in an incomplete pass.
And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. From the gun, it's Jackson. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jonathan Allen breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Washington on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 17. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. His throw incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, open man is Hill. He's got it. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now Jackson. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he is going to have the Dolphins' 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. And Jackson throwing once more. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Deron Payne able to get him for a loss of about 3. After the sack on 1st down, Jackson, they'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Hey, middle.
They'll try and throw for it here. Escaping the pressure right. Got an open man finding Jefferson. The 30. 10. 5. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Justin Jefferson, 88 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this Super Bowl at 7. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. Think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept a pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. First down and more for Jackson. And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end. Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain? And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. We'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 26 yards on the play there, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. This is caught, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kyle Pitts in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins would extend their lead here just before halftime. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And we'll see how aggressive they want to be in these final stages before the half. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, these two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And it's around the 43. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off near the 32. There he goes left side.
You got to feel it, baby.
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown. What a moment for him, a pick-6 in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick-6s over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that one pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick-6, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison of the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended. That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown, 75 yards.
You recall him on. What a play here. Another pick six in the Super Bowl. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. Second and 5. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up third down. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. From the gun, Whitaker. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
That's to his running back, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. He dumps it off for Henry. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll make it 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Whitaker. Escaping the pressure right. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position.
Here's a diving catch right side. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Whitaker. He's going to float this one deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. Give him a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it still brings up 4th. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. That's complete. He's at the 30. 10, 5.
Ain't doing nothing.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 74 yards. And the Dolphins are starting to pull away in the. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's got it. So the 2-point